The visual analysis of what goes on in candlestick signals can also illustrate the common sense aspects of what goes on in investor sentiment. For example, on Friday we had a strong day in the market, but it backed off, not creating a sell signal or anything decisive, but given the implications that there was a Morningstar type signal setting up. Today's positive trading confirmed the inverted hammer after the doji, and it also produces this little rounding bottom or slow curve, which implies there's going to be a slingshot effect to the upside. This would give us the advantage of knowing that the probabilities right now that this market is probably going to be heading higher. It is also showing that there was a strong buy signal with a doji gap up in the Nasdaq coming out of the oversold area. Now it needs one more confirmation, which is a close above the T line, and preferably a close not only above the T line and the 50 as well, as we saw down in this last reversal. So a positive open tomorrow with positive trading, especially in the Dow, would also imply that the Nasdaq's moving higher, which means the probabilities of this whole market moving higher at this point are pretty strong. The more elements that we can put into our analysis of when to be buying or when to be selling a position can be illustrated in our recommendation today on MTOR, where we had a Morningstar signal forming right on the 50-day moving average with the stochastics coming from the oversold area up out of that level. The close on Friday was a close above the T line, and it was also confirming an inverted hammer as part of the Morningstar signal. And we know the probabilities that if you see a positive trading day after a morning or an inverted hammer, the probabilities are extremely strong. You're going to be in an uptrend. Which you add all this together, this tells us very simply what goes on in human nature. Price goes up, moves back to a support level that everybody else is watching. The advantage that candlestick investors have is they can see immediately what's going on in investor sentiment. Buying on a positive open today gave us the high probability setup that this move right here was going to be the same magnitude as this move right here. And very simply, we use the T line now as our stop. We don't want to see it close back below that level. That same information can be used going to the short side. BBRY came up, used the 50 as resistance, and then did a bearish engulfing signal below the T line, told us this was time to be shorting, and that this downtrend is still in progress. Our recommendation to go short worked out well today, even in light of the fact that the market itself was up 130 points on the day. The signals and patterns represent what is actually going on in investor sentiment for each individual position. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.